all over the world, you see people doing this, right? And I think Trump even did this after his assassination attempt. He said, fight, 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 right? But the origin of this is actually quite interesting. I mean, the Black Panthers use it. All kinds of people use it now. It's just a sign of defiance, kind of strength, right? It means power or something like that. It comes from the Paris Commune of 1871. In Paris, there was a communist uprising. France was at war with Prussia, and they formed their own government to fight off the Prussian invaders. And it was called the Paris Commune of 1871. And the French government that had just surrendered teamed up then with the Prussians to crush the Paris Commune of 1871. And the Paris Commune of 1871 was considered to be the first workers' state, or the first workers' uprising, the first dictatorship of the proletariat by Marx. Marx had first urged the workers of Paris not to revolt, but then they did it anyway, and he supported it. He said it was the right thing to do. And he said that the workers of Paris, they were storming heaven, right? And when it was defeated, the military that came into Paris executed people in big numbers. There was a huge amount of executions before firing squads. And they were lining up people to be executed. And some of the guys, some were women. I mean, their women were a big part of it too. There was a woman named Louise Michel, who was famous. She smoked a cigar like a man, and she would light the cannons with her cigar. And women and men together, they were all being lined up, and one by one they were being shot, and then they were throwing their bodies into these like open graves, these shallow graves. And so somebody, we don't know who, had the idea that as they were being shot, they would do this with their fists. And so they would shoot them, and then, you know, they'd have their fist like this, and they'd throw them in the graves, and after they shot a number of people, they'd put dirt over them. But there's something called rigorous mortem, which is that when you die, your body, your muscles loosen up, and your body expands. And so these people who did this when they were dead, and the executioners would look on in horror as fists came up out of the ground. And it became a symbol of revolutionary immortality. It's the idea that even if we're dead, we live on in the struggle. So that's the origin of the fist. So that's where that comes from. So if you see somebody doing that, that's what it means. So there you go.